to ride from here. There were no guards, I take it?
None manning the gates, no. It's a different story inside, though. The corridors are crawling with Akashic. Most likely guards left behind when the Wardens ran. If Chadwick was being held here, I worry that he may already be.
Don't give up hope just yet, but let's move quickly. Let me check the ground floor. The ether stick is there.
Then I'll search the upper level. Good luck, Sid. Stay safe.
Just hope it. Now the flood's inside the walls. Bad enough to turn a bearer. I hope not. We're risking a lot just being here. May I take you some to life? Go for it! So this place was no ordinary prison. And I doubt they'll have taken the creature with them when they fled. Minimal loss of Waluda lives. And what happens when they run out of bearers? Even the Imperials take better care of their brand. They were feeding bearers to it. This is even worse than I'd feared. Nothing but Akashic down here. Hopefully things are looking better upstairs. I should go and see how Doris is getting on. Ugh!
Caution, brother.
This one. Over here. No lock downstairs. But I did find out that this place was more than just a prison. Something far more sinister was happening here.
I know. I've been reading some of these documents, and it can't be true, can it? Bearers die every day in service of their masters, but this is so much worse. Pitting bearers against a wild beast armed with nothing but their wits? And all in order to bring about more death. And not just those who could fight, but the elderly, children even. And those who wouldn't or couldn't were...
I'm afraid...
Then we're too late.
Don't say that.
A key. But it doesn't fit.
Perhaps it will fit one of the doors downstairs. Finish up here.
All right.
Let's see what we can find down here. A survivor. And she sounds close.
Who are you?
There's no need to be afraid. Are you alone? Are there any other survivors?
Some of the guards. They're still here. But something's wrong with them. everyone else?
Of course there were.
Thank the Founder.
It was worth our coming. But I'd rather...
Ready when you are. You poor thing.
Did
What?
he fought the monster? He must have sent you. Where is he? He opened your sound, didn't he?
Chadwick.
Was that?
Monster's back! Chadwick, help!
We have to get out of here.
Doris, keep the girl safe.
All right. You put that bearer-eating bastard in the ground.
We have to run!
It's out there waiting for me. I can't let it live. Not if it's got a taste for bearers. Let's go.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Sid, are you...
I'm fine. What is it?
A diary. I gave it to Chadwick before we went our separate ways. He was here. Do you think that creature?
I'm sure he fought bravely to the last. The girl is safe thanks to him.
Chadwick. You fool.
Come on. We have to get her back to the hideaway. We don't want his sacrifice to have been in vain.
No. Of course not. I'll see that she's looked after from now on. It's the least I can do.
From what I hear, you've barely left the girl's side in days. I hope she's recovering from her ordeal.
She is. Slowly but surely. She's far tougher than she looks. I thank the flames we found her. If we hadn't...
I know. But we did. I'm sorry we weren't able to save Chadwick.
There's no need to apologize. Without your help, I would... How he fought to the bitter end to save her. That's the man I remember.
I wish I could have met him. I'd like to hear more about your past.
Of course. You already met my former master. She trained Chadwick and I to do two things. We were supposed to be sold to the highest bidder when the time came. But no bid was ever high enough to convince her to part with us. For years, we were her daggers in the shadows. But we could never quite shake our doubts about the things she made us do. And then, so we escaped. But staying together was out of the question. They would have found us too easily. After so many years of training, the pull to serve was always strong. It scared me to think he might have taken another master, become a...
But even in captivity, the battles he fought were his own, and he died not as someone's tool.
Hyde Marie is proof of that. Bearers and the curse breakers will show them how. I'll fight until my dying breath to see it done.
Thank you, Doris.
Inside's hydrogen. That'd mean the crystal is massive.
How may I help you today, Clive? All yours. All done?
You should have seen.
Welcome back, Sid.
Welcome back.
Yes. Welcome back. Truth be told, it was me who suggested roping you in to help with the trial. But from what I hear...
No. Ember lost his nerve in the face of a beast of prey. But he didn't lose heart. He pressed on, and he achieved his aim.
Indeed it is. The fact remains, however, that Ember will not always have a battle-hardened warrior on hand to pluck him from the jaws of peril. All I have gleaned from this trial is that without someone watching his back, Ember is little more than a liability.
And this time he was found wanting. But I'd say he's due a second chance, nonetheless. After all...
With a bit of hard work, any hand can be made to hold a blade. And any mind can... But a scout's nose is different. By sniffing out that log, young Ember here has shown he has a... Wouldn't do to waste it now.
Fine.
I'll do whatever you are. I'll spend my days and nights in the pit if I have to. I'll show you.
Daft as a brush, that one. But... just like someone else we know. And if you ask me, we've been leaning... That time the curse breakers took some of the weight off his shoulders, I reckon.
It couldn't hurt.
Just don't tell Gav I said so, will you? I won't have him thinking he's been armed. Next thing you know... chump.
Forgive me, Sid. This...
But that's why we need men like Ember more than ever. Remember that.
I will, Sid.
Uncle, the Field Marshal has agreed to your...
Ha! Of course he has.
Rutherford is accompanying him back to your manor in Port Isolde as we speak. They will await your return there.
One other? Who?
Lord Havel was concerned that even if he could get the realm's armies to agree to an accord, he might not be as successful in convincing... He asked if I might have a solution. And I said...
One of your
Master Quinton would probably call me one of his. But yes...
Another outlaw, then. Just the thing we need to put these rotten... Good thinking, Clive.
I'm glad you...
The more the merrier.
Uncle, assuming Havel and Quinton can solve our problem with the armies, you still haven't mentioned how we might manage the grain shortages.
Oh, don't you worry, my boy. The 7 high houses will be seeing to that. They have all agreed to make the most generous of donations. Oh, of course, it did take a little persuasion, but luckily I had some unexpected help.
From who?
Why, you, my boy. Rumor has it that you rescued the Lady Ariane's head steward, Rockford, from a horde of bloodthirsty bandits.
It was more of a handful.
Well, the old battle-axe was so pleased, she had a shipload of talents delivered to my private docks by the next new moon. And when the other houses saw the parsimonious old crone's purse strings finally loosen, they as good as tripped over themselves in the rush to follow suit. Now, I must be getting back to the manor. Join us there at your earliest convenience, would you?
Of course, Uncle.
And how, pray tell, will we get that grain to the capital if the roads are still overrun with Akashic?
You'll find another bloody road. I only have so many men, and I'm not about to send them headlong into an ether flood. That is, unless you'd have them turn as well.
Well, I'd certainly eat less.
Says the man with a belly bigger than a band of curls. My soldiers actually need their rations. Without any food to keep them going, they'll be dead even before you've sent them on your fool's errand.
If I may, gentlemen... Perhaps I might suggest an alternative approach. Though supply routes are indeed disrupted, there is no shortage of ships. Indeed, they bob away in every bay from here to Randalar, awaiting a safe haven. Allow them to make port and fill their bellies full of grain. And once those who crowd the cities are fed, ferry the displaced back to the countryside to work the fallow fields. But I'm sure that you wish to continue your discussion. Forgive the interruption. Two such firm friends as yourselves need no help from the likes of me. Rutherford spoke fondly of the great bond between you.
Us? Friends?
I can't stand the man.
Clive, I'm beginning to question the quality of the company you keep.
And what kind of company were you expecting him to keep? The man's a criminal.
Criminal? How dare you? You are not fit to breathe the same air as this fine, upstanding young gentleman.
Upstanding? He calls himself Sid the Bloody Outlaw.
Once more onto the breach.
Shall we begin again? What we seek here is not to create a new nation, nor to claim the thrones of those that already exist. We wish simply to bring stability to the realm that mankind might weather the current storm. And to do that, we must convince those in power, the generals, the statesmen, the nobles, that our cause is just. There will be disagreements, yes, and I imagine some resistance, much resistance. But we cannot let that deter us. If we show them the path, show them that we walk it ourselves, then I am confident they will follow. The fate of the world lies in my nephew's hands, but the well-being of her people lies in ours. And we must not squander the chance that Clive has given us.
Uncle Byron,
Now, with that settled, let's move on to the signing of the Accord. For what great moment in history hasn't been accompanied by a little ceremony? Citizens of Valisthea, I present to you the Triunity. Rutherford, Mike Will. Well, my boy, the stage is set.
that it is.
This is the role you were born for. Now I ask only that you trust in the talents of your supporting cast. We shall play our parts to the best of our abilities, that you might have the opportunity to shine. The realm needs its Sir Crandall, and there is no better Crandall than you, Clive. I want you to keep this signed accord as proof of our faith in you.
I will. Thank you, Uncle.
What do you think that thing is?
And how the hell is Sid going to deal with that?
You alright?
Something troubling you?
No more than usual. It's just... Eda's baby will be coming soon and...
I'm sure she'd like that.
Back in the north, families would always make gifts when a bairn was on the way. I'll let the little tykes know they were welcome in the new.
So?
Well, the problem is that Eda's due any day now.
Is there anything I can do? All right, then.
A good luck charm. But...
Not just then.
No. There's naught lucky in all the realm, or so we used to say. But thing is, they're hard to come by. Had Otto and Karen check with their support.
Only the big day is fast approaching.
That or the bird whose horse it's attached to, aye. I was gonna start by asking around with travelling traders plying the northern borders.
Well, there's no shortage of those passing through Martha's. I think I might make that my first port of call. I'll let you know if I find anything.
You're a good friend, Clyde.
What's Sancfordian, dear? Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff.
Say what you will. Maybe Karen has seen herself.
Miss Shirley says your books made quite an impression.
Mid.
Oh, you make it sound like I asked you to...
Tell me.
It's most of what I need. After you left, I went under cogwheel. Just a tiny. Here's that smaller a bastard to make, and I may have lost the one Blackthorn spent a fortnight toiling it.
Wait, the children. When they took apart your scales, there was a tiny brass gear. Now that I think about it, they didn't use it when we put the scales back together.
The young'uns? But why would they... I'll keep working on the model.
Sid! Is Mid still hiding from us?
She wasn't hiding. She's just busy working.
A new invention? Is it an egg?
Do you think she'll let us help?
That just so happens to be why I'm here. She needs a brass gear. A tiny one. What?
Oh, the one you...
We saved it, just in...
Since your lesson, we've been disassembling, then reassembling all the pieces that are left over. We keep under...
That's...
Look! I found it!
That's all for now.
Thanks, Sid.
Has Midadol mentioned a new project yet?
Well?
They did.
Will it work?
What exactly are you going to...
Only the most... The wings aren't going to move on their own. But with the right cog in the right... Well, you... That should do it. Here goes nothing. Titan's tits.
It wasn't supposed to fly, was it?
Of course it was supposed to fly. Wouldn't be much of an airship if it didn't. Honestly, these bloody engines are driving me mad. I was so sure this would be the day she soared. The Mithril engine was made to make dreams come true. But maybe this is one dream the world's better off without. Show folk how to take flying. It won't be long till they're raining death down on each other. People will lose their homes. Children, their mums and their dads. Like I lost mine.
I'm sorry.
So am I, Clive. So am I. Sorry that I have to choose. Do I follow my head, or do I follow my heart?
Good question. The first time I stood on the deck of your ship, felt the wind in my hair. It was like I was flying. But imagine how it would feel to actually do it.
My dad always said there were two ways of living life. Chasing a dream or shuffling to your grave. And he were right. Right about a lot of things. Not that I like to admit it. People need dreams to chase. Especially in a world like this. Right. When this is over, I'm gonna take all my mithril engines to Zemeckis and sling them over the edge. I won't have my dream end up turning into someone else's nightmare.
But all that hard work...
All that hard work will not be used for war, Jamie. But it ain't like it'll be gone. Tell me, Clive, have you ever been on a treasure hunt?
Not since Joshua and I were boys. Why do you ask?
Because I'm going to bury the engine schematics and leave behind a little riddle telling people where to find them. A really hard one, so that only the most dedicated dreamers will ever be able to work it out. Ooh, I can picture it now. Some daft general squinting at the words with a gormless expression on his mug. Like that one, yeah.
Right.
Of course, if I'm putting this engine at the end of a treasure hunt, I'll still need to make it a treasure worth hunting for. Won't be much of a prize if it couldn't even make a toy boat fly after all. But it ain't the size of a dream that's important, is it, Clive? And I reckon I've got a fair few good uns left.
I'm sure you do.
All this time, my heart has wandered hither.
Courage. Be freed. My decision is... You said it yourself. He must. He must. I await your word.
That some...
It's true.
I haven't. When I was a child, I went to...
Oscar. I'd like you to...
But my training...
I warned you I might not be the easiest of masters. Rebuild her home.
Thank you.
If Joshua's worried about Jill... Joshua, I don't think I'd realized how different, but since
I suppose it's not...
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her, to let her know that we still need her. Now more than how to do that. When last we were truly close, we were...
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his... and Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up...
To see the snow daisy. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join. And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there. It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
Then it seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much change.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
Good girl. Thanks, girl. Guard dogs. Quite a specimen it is too. Always try. the wind. The entire village looks abandoned. Now, which house would a bookworm live in? This is a Royal Army logbook. Did he take this from the local barracks? His interests were certainly varied. This is it. But if what it says is true, I need to get this back to the hideaway.
Leaving so soon, stranger? We've been watching you. From a distance, so to speak.
Subtle. I know who you are.
Then we need not waste time on introduction. Hand me the book. Leave it in our care and return.
Your care?
That is not but by one means or another. It's...
Then I'll have to politely refuse. I won't let you erase it.
Then we find ourselves... Very well. The book can just as easily be pried from your...
Let's see, shall we?
Impressive. But we have other means.
Why do you want it so badly anyway?
It lays out in no uncertain terms the vanity. It tells the shameful history of the persecution and oppression. Would you say that this interpretation was correct?
I don't know.
You don't know. Your sword may be sharp, so let me answer. There is no that a series of events took place may be proved beyond a doubt. But there can be no... It is a question of numbers. If enough people believe that a set of events occurred for a reason, that belief becomes the truth.
So you're trying to control the truth?
We are trying to protect people from themselves, from knowledge that would bring... That is all. You may keep the book. The world is small until then.
Wait. Damn it. Let's get this back to Vivian.
Faster!
That'll do, girl. This must be the orphanage. Hopefully the registry's still... Here. Disposed of. Conditioning. This is nothing short of torture. Herman wasn't exaggerating. It's a wonder he's... This reads like a suicide note. Did the director go through with his plan? There's only one way. Find out. Forked white tree. This must be the place. Could he really be buried here? There's something hidden among the roots. This must be the register. So many names. This place was a slaughterhouse. But where is the architect of all this misery? It was only a matter of time, I suppose. This place is cursed. This one. I'm done here. Let's get the registry back to Herman. Fly, Ambrosia. No mistakes.
Might this be Mickelberg?
These people aren't turned. And the village seems safe enough at least. What is going on here?
Ah. Did you, too, heed the call?
Heed the call? No, to be honest,
Is that...
What are you doing here?
It is my home. The other...
You keep saying that.
They came here to perform the rite. This village, where they shall cast their souls upon...
Give themselves...
Oh, Lord, let us be... Free us from the thorn.
They want to be... Forgive me. But did another foreigner, like me, come here?
You mean the traveler from Storm? Yeah.
Thank you.
They seek the same salvation Barnabas did. At least, third chair still lives. Let's go and find him.
Excuse me. Are you with the Undying?
I am. Lord Rosfield.
That's right, and you must be the third.
I am.
Cyril was worried for your safety.
Then I must apologize. I did not mean to trouble the bearer of the burning quill.
He said that you had failed to report.
I came here to study the followers of this new faith. But the more I learned of them, you have seen them at their prayers. Have you not? They devote themselves to the veneration of their Lord with a fervor I have never seen before, praying night and day that they might be rid of their wicked wills, not that they might be granted respite from their worldly woes. Serve him with all of their... I, too, swore to devote my life to the service of my Lord and Master, but... And so I would see these people safe, that they might do their duty to their Lord.
You do understand what their dream is?
I do, my lord. They would cast aside their wills, and I know that it may be hard to believe, but to these people, forgive me, my lord. But I must... Did you hear that, my lord?
I'll go and find out what. Beneath the flood. There must be some... Echoes as well. Found her.
Ready, brother?
Ready.
Over here! Go for it!
What now? We meet again. I've killed your kind before. This one. When you die, come on, speak to me.
I had to save them, that they might have a chance to find true salvation. By devoting themselves to the service of their Lord. Just as I did, when the Undying plucked me from the gutter and gave me a cause to believe in. A duty to serve was everything to me, and I would not deny them that fulfillment, even if they must become a Kashik in order to achieve it. Forgive me, my Lord Marquis. I did not mean to trouble you with this. My findings. Could you deliver them to Master Cyril for me?
Of course. Your duty will be done.
Look, my lord. They are saved.
They are saved. I should get this report to Cyril.
My Lord Marquis, I am glad to see you hail and...
I met with your third chair, Cyril. He bade me deliver his findings to you.
Thank you, my... He remained in Ash?
He died protecting the villagers from an echo. I buried him in Mickelberg.
If you could not save him...
The villagers, they were... believers in this savior cult. They prayed to their god that they might be unburdened of their wills. Then an ether flood came. And their wish was granted. Your brother sacrificed himself that they might live, even knowing that that life was death by another name.
Then he perished defending liberty. A hero's end. For the right to choose how one dies is no less sacred than the right to choose how one lives.
Sid would agree.
A noble ambition. To die for one, it matters not how misguided others might judge one's decision to be, only that the decision is one's own. We live according to the teachings of our order. We believe in them, we protect them, and yes, we die for them, for better or worse.
But he didn't die for your creed, and you still believe that what he did was right.
I believe we of the Undying are not slaves, and this was his will.
I'd like to know this man's name, Cyril. To know the names of all the Undying who've fallen in the line of duty. They died serving my house. That is my duty.
Of course. I shall fetch the Book of Martyrs at once. My lord, it has been the greatest honor of my... Though our duties may differ, yours is no less important, and were they here...
Let's hope one of the merchants here has what Gav needs. Excuse me.
Oh.
A silver choc...
Oh, or maybe not. Though there was a man stopped by the rest, not near some gutted most.
We'll see.
Just about surviving, are you? You come back and visit, all right?
It doesn't still hurt, does it?
Can I help you with something?
You wouldn't happen to sell silver chocobo feathers, would you?
I deal in fruit, but if it's fancies you're after, I...
Was a silver chocobo seen there?
Oh, yes.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Whoever's idea it was to take those bearers away.
Look, Daddy. Shining so brightly.
Oh, this guy can fuck right off. We've got a few rooms going spare now.
Just because the heavens have gone to wreck and ruin, you know.
I've got greens of all shapes and sizes.
How do, traveller? You've the look of a man who could do with a new whetstone.
I'm looking for a...
If that's the case, no one has seen a Word is, they were all hunted for their feathers. Some North Veniers...
You're probably right. A silver chocobo sighted in the hills near Rhiannon Tride. It sounds almost too good to be true, but sensible. Good girl.
Faster!
Tracks. They're not left by bandits for a change. More tracks. chocobo was here. I don't hear anything. Well, I'll be damned. It's all right. I'm not going to hurt you. Just borrowing a feather for my friend. Thank you. Let's get this back to Gav before they change their minds. This is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive.
There's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but it's the only place I know of. You.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone at the backyard? Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
It was no trouble.
Clive, you... Back. How'd you get on? Any luck?
Any luck, you say?
Crystals crack. Where in there?
It's a long story.
Right there on the road to Eastpool. Who'd have thought it?
Everything up there's been abandoned for years. The empty cabin made for the perfect shelter. Though I fear my presence may have forced the poor creatures to look elsewhere.
Don't blame yourself, Clive. The Blight's right on Eastpool's doorstep. They'd have had to move on before long. Even if you hadn't have turned up, they'll find a new home. Trust me. After all, that's what us endangered animals do. Anyway, what matters is, you managed to nick us one of their quills before they could run off. And now all that's left is to fix it to the carving.
I didn't know you could carve.
Reckon there's a lot you don't know about me. Like the fact I'm as good with a whittling knife as I am with a sword. And that bone Ember gave me's a dream to work with. What did you say it was from again? An Avis?
But it weren't your Avis, Sid. I slew one of my own at last.
So all those long nights in the pit finally bore fruit. I'm proud of you, Ember.
Don't speak too soon. I ain't done my trial yet.
There we go. What do you think?
I think if you ever hang up your scouting cap, you'll be able to make an honest living.
Oh, will I? I should go and see if Ed is awake.
Give it my best.
You can give it to yourself. Come on.
Aye, it's a dangerous world out. You're rubbing me blind, you know. You'll not find a better price than that. Come again. Or don't. I'm not much bothered either way.
Trouble with your gear, or St. Fornian, do you? And how am I meant to do that, then? That it? Fine.
First the skies, then the crystal.
Vivian, I found it.
Even though I asked this of you, I was not entirely... I feared the executors had seen...
I met with one of these, and I convinced him to let me... He told me something. That the truth is just a matter of collective belief. And that if enough people believe a lie, that lie becomes the truth.
It does, but it also means that the truth is not immutable. That it can be changed, provided that those who wish to change it can convince enough people that their perspective is the correct one. As the sad history of the bearers prove.
You said that the book inspired you to become a scholar.
It did. Or its author, rather. She was a heretic, you see. A firebrand and a dissenter. A gallows stood ready for her in every corner of the realm. And by shunning society, or perhaps being shunned by it, she stumbled upon a truth so potent that an entire realm trembled at the prospect of its utterance. I, too, have always felt somehow set apart from the world of men. She taught me that my solitude was not a curse, and that, though my journey to the truth might be a lonely one, what I found at my destination would be more than worth the cost.
Do you still feel that way?
Honestly, I'm not entirely sure anymore. Since coming to the Hideaway, perhaps the result of studying mankind from a rather closer perspective than I had intended. But the more I study, the more I find value in... So if you'll permit me, I'd like to continue my work here. Remember, Clive, give the men and women of this benighted world the gift of...
I'll try, Vivian. you feeling?
Well. Is...
Wrong? No.
Go on. Did you make it?
We did. Aye. It's a good luck charm. I mean,
I thank you.
If there's anything you need.
I will.
Fancy a swift off.
I could be convinced. Don't you think you've had enough?
No, we're celebrating. I'm gonna be a father.
I think Edda might have something to say about that.
You know what I mean. Bit of light in these dark times. Wasn't long after me 10th name day. My mum told us she was with child again. I was over the fucking moon. I was looking forward to having a little one to lord it over. What with me being the runt of the litter. Thought I'd finally have a chance to prove to the world that I could be a big brother. Imperials came the day she went into labour. Had myself a baby sister. And then I didn't. Me whole family gone in a blink, while I hid in the cellar like the spineless little arsehole I was. Great brother I turned out to be. I'll never be a leader. And I'll never be a hero. I'm just a daft little dog who comes running when his master calls. I'll never be like you, or Sid, or Jill, or even Torgal.
Have you finished?
Maybe.
Do you know why you're our best scout? Because you don't need anyone to hold your hand. Without your resourcefulness, your courage, your determination, I don't know where we'd be. Maybe hanging off a cliff like,
That was only the once.
Exactly. You learned from it. And here you are after Founder knows how many missions, stronger for everyone. And let's not forget Rosalith. Who was it who freed me from the dungeon? Who was it who ran to Jill's rescue?
That would be me.
Because you're our brother, Gav. My brother.
Your brother.
Which means that when the time comes,
I get your room. And your sword. I may have had one too many.
You may have had 10 too many.
I said I was thirsty. Better get back to work anyway. Clive?
What is it?
Thanks for...
I know. It's usually me making demands of Hippocrates. Lawsman Hippocrates.
Ah, yes.
You spoke of making amends with Dion.
Then I should begin, but this was at that time. I was counted among the to supervise the young prince, all to ensure that the future emperor had a firm grounding in, well, alas, our time together was cut short when Dion left to join the dragoons. His studies no longer being deemed necessary. I had not expected to meet with him again.
Have you spoken with him?
No, His Highness always seems so preoccupied, especially when alone, not when I know he dwells upon the evil Ultima had him commit in the Dominion.
The guilt weighs heavily on him, I know. But as you say, that was Ultima's doing.
When I first met him, it was not guilt, and I did nothing to ease that burden. He bore it is one of my greatest regrets, when what he truly needed, the blame for Dion's transgressions.
I see. I'm ready to help you in any way.
Then I beg that you bring me a wild wyvern tale. Apothecaries across the ages agree that even to glimpse such a flower is fabulists and fraudsters all, of course. But there is oft a seed of truth to be found where...
Well, it can't hurt to try. Where can I find this flower?
You have seen cultivated wyvern tales before, I trust. Well, there is a waterfall, in whether they still survive there...
It's all right.
Thank you. Good morrow to you, my friend. Despite that it is in... I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them. You wish to study the tomes?
Say what you will, Lady Karen Seymour's... There should...
what brings...
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies...
Snow daisies. Both have...
Right.
Did you learn where we might find out?
The gardener here mentioned the royal meadows in...
The fields beyond Northreach. However, I recalled that she kept a record of our trip, so I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew.
Whose shores border the meadows.
It'll tell us about his adventures in Ash.
I hear that you trapped. Did you by any chance?
I did.
If the The director was a brutal man.
The registry was all I found beneath it. There was no sign of a body. Or any...
I pray that at least all their names are here, my friends. I can still remember their children who were taken from their bunks. No explanation.
They'd be happy to know that you survived.
But why did I make it out alive?
It's not your fault. See that their names live on.
I'm going to write a book. All of Valisthea. And in the name of those...
Neither will I.
These records...
So, there's your new mother. I see no...
How may I help you today, Clive? You earned this. All done?
And how might I help the garrison today?
What have you got?
Got any more of those special elixirs?
I hear the Duke's agreed to let us keep our land.
For now, at least.
Do you see anything you like? You've a keen eye. I do like a customer who knows what he wants. An excellent choice. Come back again.
Those things didn't fight like men.
Come on. Just the one of you, eh? The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
Thanks, Gal. Not another one.
This one.
caution.
Let's go. Look, brother. See them? I do. The flowers and our friends. Let go! This one. What do you see, boy? Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
Over here!
That was harder than I expected. But found her. It was worth it.
Do you think Jill will like them?
She'll love them.
It appears my work is done. Well, we wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
Jill,
There is?
it's, not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough. We've been worried about you. Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line. No one thought to ask me what I wanted. I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right. I'll never forget that feeling. Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor. And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come. That you would always come for me. And you have. Again and again.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins. After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
I never was much good at garlands. But it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything. It's exactly what I needed. You are my treasure. We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right.
And we'll do it together.
This is no time to ride. Good girl. Seems this place has been flooded twice over. Purple flowers blooming next to a waterfall. Shouldn't be too hard to find. Nice try. Go to this one. Go for it. Here they are. Well, big enough for a bunch, I suppose. Oarsman.
You did?
I think. You wanted to make Dion again?
Oh.
It's no trouble.
St. Fornian, dear. No scratches, all right? And?
Your Highness.
No.
No, our lawsman has something he'd like to give you.
Master Harpocrates, no. I dare not show my face before him, not after everything I have done. I have taken countless innocent lives, and ruined countless more. All because I was weak. I have sworn to atone for my crimes or die in the attempt. But were I to meet with him again, and see in his eyes what I have become, I fear that my resolve might falter.
Then that is all the more reason to do it. Test your resolve. Prove to yourself, and to him, how strong it truly is.
You are right. I must, at the very least, offer him very well, then.
Follow me.
Even now, I hesitate to approach him. What must he think of me?
You'd be surprised.
Master Harpocrates, pray, accept my apologies for leaving your tutelage before my studies were complete. Your lessons opened my mind to a world quite unlike the one I had imagined from within the gilded confines of the palace. And I shall be forever grateful for the efforts you made to enlighten me.
Lift up your head, Your Highness. The deeds of youth require no apology. That you took the time to visit me says much about the man you have become. Now, there is something I would like to show you.
Is that a wyvern tail? The color is unfamiliar to me.
Because it is unique to those found in the wild. Something in the harsh environments in which they grow lends them this striking hue. Their roots are indistinguishable from those of their hothouse cousins, but once they bloom, the difference is immediately apparent. In this flower, I see you, Your Highness. Its roots were the roots of a wyvern tail, with all that implies. But they do not define it, just as yours do not define you. I want you to have it, that it might remind you of this truth.
Master Harpocrates, I would ask of you a service. Keep your gift until I have fulfilled my duty to the realm, for only then shall I be deserving of it.
As you wish, Your Highness. I shall await your return.
Our roots do not define us. No wonder my stepmother didn't like him. For reuniting me with memories I had thought long lost. I shall not forget this.
Thank you, Clive. Were it not for you, I fear I might not to mention the Wyvern tales.
I hope the soul in the hideaway is to their like.
Why, these flowers bloomed in the bleak, black wastes of Waloed.
What's this?
A stolas quill, or more precisely, my stolas. 'Tis said that an owl's feathers are steeped in the wishes it hears over its long lifetime. All those words, so consider this, that one day you may put down your sword and pick up that pen.
Well, when that day comes, I'll certainly have a lot to write about. Thank you, Harpocrates. It shall have pride of place in my chamber.
You be careful up there. If you happen to snag...
Run like the wind. That'll do, girl. Rest in peace.
And how might I help the garrison today?
Looks like you've got a thirst.
Haven't seen any of those beastly blue eyes. Do be careful.
I will.
All right. damn it. Dion would have been glad to have you back at his side.
Clive. If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it. It'd better all be here. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Finished, are you?
I was wondering when next you'd visit. There is a rather fascinating excerpt I've been meaning to show you. What subject shall we consider today?